Today, sailing has finally come to Old School RuneScape. My name is Solo Mission, and I'm here to show you around the biggest update in this game's history. And yes, I really mean it. We have a brand new skill, a new sea expansion, new quests, a new boss, new monsters, new weapons, new training methods, and hundreds of new items. So there really is no time to waste. We have to set sail. Oh. You don't have a boat? Well, to get started with sailing, you're going to need to do the introductory Pandemonium quest. This will teach you the basics and get you out on the water for the very first time. And just a quick spoiler warning, if you want to go into sailing blind, you probably shouldn't be watching this video, so we'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to hit the sub button on the way out. Now, to begin your journey, I recommend just sailing about a bit and taking it all in. Sailing on the seas of Gillinor for the first time is a surreal experience. There's just so much to see. Just don't forget to trim your sails when the wind blows for that first bit of juicy sailing XP. As you explore, you can start charting the sea for some good early game XP. Go to the cargo hold and grab your captain's log to see what tasks take your fancy. If you want a more focused training method, you can instantly jump into port tasks. You can pick up a port task from any port notice board, and they range from transporting cargo from one port to another to bounty tasks where you'll be fighting monsters in the sea. Then once you reach level 15 sailing, you can upgrade your boat to a skiff. This will give you access to more customization and the ability to add more boat facilities. I recommend installing a salvaging hook and heading out to a shipwreck. At shipwrecks, you can gather salvage for some pretty chilled out AFK sailing XP. Although if you do want to be a loser about it, you can speed that up with some tick manipulation. I don't know who's going to be doing that one. And when you reach level 30 sailing, you'll unlock a brand new training method, the Barracuda Trials. These are intense courses designed to test just how well you can handle your ship. You get bonus XP for completing these courses in under certain times, and this will no doubt be a fantastic and challenging way to get sailing XP. At later levels, you'll be able to take on even tougher Barracuda trials, which will really test you in sailing's endgame. But today, my main focus is why to train sailing and what does it bring to the game. Well, let's start off with what you can actually get from the sea itself. When you're out exploring, you might run into these shoals of fish swimming around all over the ocean. This is a new multi-skilling activity combining sailing and fishing called deep sea trawling. You need to keep tracking the fish across the ocean with your net submerged under the sea until the shoal finally comes to a stop, and then you can get your rod out and go crazy. And the reward? Well, fish, but not just any fish, the new best in slot fish. The marlin is the new single biggest heal in the game, and it can be eaten for 24 hit points in one bite. This pairs nicely with the new biggest secondary heal in the game, the halibut, which heals 20 hit points. That means combo eats just got buffed by 4 extra hit points. There are several other new fish with some pretty cool effects. The bluefin tuna heals 22 hit points and restores 5 prayer points. Yellowfin tuna heals 19 hit points and restores 20% run energy, and the haddock can overheal you, kind of like a budget anglerfish. You can also break all of these fish down into secondaries for new herblore potions. Yes, there are 6 new potions releasing with sailing, but you're not going to need conventional herbs to make them. Off the eastern shore of the Great Conch, you can dive under the sea to the coral farm. Here you can plant small coral fragments and grow coral to use as the primary ingredient in these new herbal potions. The super fishing potion boosts your fishing level by 6, which is higher than that of an Admiral Pie. The extreme energy potion will recharge 40% run energy, and extended stamina potions will have double the effects of a regular stamina, lasting for 4 minutes. For the rest of the potions, you'll need varying types of crab paste, but these won't be any ordinary crabs found on the mainland. Crab hunting is a brand new hunter method coming to the shores of the new sailing islands. This method offers consistent hunter XP regardless of your level, making it particularly good when you unlock each new crab. You get crab meats which can be cooked for food as well as crushed up for those herblore secondaries. Rainbow crab paste is used to make the Armadillo brew. This gives the same range boost as a ranging potion and heals your hit points, but slightly less than Saradomin brew. Your stats are still drained, but this is perfect to use in situations where you're mostly ranging. The Super Hunter Potion boosts your hunter level by 6, which is higher than can be achieved with the Spicy Stew. And finally, now you can make a hemostatic dressing, which is an interesting item that cures bleeds and gives you a +5 heal. So that's particularly useful at Vardorvis. And that's made with squid paste, which isn't a crab and it's not trawled from the deep sea. It's a brand new fishing method. Yep, lantern fishing. You can lantern fish at various different sailing islands with a harpoon and any sort of lit lantern. This yields squid, which can be cooked for food or used in the production of hemostatic dressing. And if you're lucky, you could snag yourself a rare squid beak. The squid beak is an important component for some brand new range weapons, but first you'll need some wood to make them. Sailing sees the release of 4 new trees, the Yatoba, Camphor, Ironwood, and Rosewood trees. Now these woods can be turned into planks and used to upgrade your boat in sailing, but alongside that, with a squid beak, they can also be fletched into 3 new blowpipes. The Rosewood pipe is the best of the bunch. It can only fire up to adamant darts, which places it between the magic shortbow and toxic blowpipe in range progression, but it also has a special attack that fires 2 darts in quick succession, so it's a great mid-game option for anyone going dry on some longer grinds. Camphor, Ironwood, and Rosewood trees are hardwood, so can be planted and farmed in hardwood patches for good farming XP. And farming will see further use in sailing. You can now grow flax, hemp, and cotton in hops patches. You can then spin and weave these materials into useful textiles to upgrade your sails or fishing nets when you're looking to get back out to the sea. Now this is the same for mining, smithing, crafting, construction. All of these skills will be vital when making upgrades to your ship. On the new islands, you'll be able to find new lead and nickel rocks to mine that can be easily processed into new bars that can be used to build so many different ship facilities. You can even smith new cannonballs out of every metal in the game to arm your ship with against the monsters of the sea. In fact, beneath the island of Grimstone, you'll have access to a new furnace that has the ability to double the speed of cannonball smithing for these new cannonballs, or the conventional ones that you use in your Dwarven multi-cannon. And yes, this effect does stack with the double ammo mod, so you can effectively smith at 4 times the base rate now. But if you don't fancy putting in some hard work at the furnace, you can just steal your cannonballs instead now. Cannonball stalls are part of a new thieving method that's less click intensive, but if you don't pay attention for long enough, you will end up in jail. Not to mention, this is sailing after all. There's plenty of new treasure to be stolen from chests all across the sea. It's safe to say that sailing is very integrated with the rest of the existing skills in the game. Pretty much all of them are playing a part in this update. But what about combat? Well, one of the first islands you'll be able to step foot on is the Great Conch. You can access this island after completing the Troubled Tortugan's quest, which has a sailing requirement of only 45. The Great Conch is now home to a new species in Gielinor, the Griffin. Griffins are slayer monsters with a requirement of level 51 to kill. Regular Griffins drop the Horn of Plenty. When combined with the guaranteed drop of Griffin feathers, this becomes a powerful skilling item. When charged, you'll receive an invisible +4 hunter boost, and the Horn has a 10% chance to double your hunter catch. This works all over the game with plenty of different hunter methods. If you fancy a bit more of a challenge, you can take on the new Slayer boss, the Shellbane Griffin. The Shellbane Griffin has a bunch of cool new combat mechanics and will be around a mid-level encounter, and its unique loot will reflect that. Introducing Bell's Folly. This weapon drops broken and can be restored at the Giant's Foundry with a level 70 smithing. Bell's Folly is a 5-tick weapon, which is a great stab option for the mid-game. Think of it as kind of like a stab version of the zombie axe. Now, Griffins aren't the only new Slayer creatures coming to the islands of Gielinor. Next up, we have Aquanites. Aquanites reside in the cavern below Innisdale and are Slayer creatures with a requirement of level 78. Their unique drop, the Aquanite Tendon, can be combined with a Mithril bar to make an Aquanite Hopper, which is a great new ranged offhand for crossbows. On top of some decent mid-game range bonuses, the Aquanite Hopper gives you a 10% chance to fire 2 crossbow bolts at your target, so anywhere you use a crossbow, this thing is going to be a good option. Now, if you want a more sailing-specific reward, venture down deep below Charred Island, where you can find many traditional Slayer mobs alongside the new Lava Strike Worms, which require level 62 Slayer to be killed. Now, what's special about these Strike Worms is they drop dragon metal sheets. These sheets are needed to make the best sailing boat facilities possible, from salvaging hooks to dragon cannons. Dragon boat parts are going to be required to get the best sailing XP per hour in the game, so there's absolutely money to be made down here. You'll also be able to get dragon metal sheets from frost dragons, found on the islands of Grimstone in the icy north, only accessible at 87 sailing. Now, they wouldn't be frost dragons without the iconic frost dragon bones, which are a new bone that would be placed between dragon bones and Dagonoth bones for a prayer experience. So yeah, there's no doubt going to be an absolute gold rush going for some of these new supplies as players race towards 99 sailing. Along with all the cool new items and upgrades on offer, sailing has potential to make you some serious cash. But for For me, the main reason to train sailing is just to get out and explore the world. The oceans are so vast now in Gilnor. I don't think any update has ever added this amount of content in one release. This video only scratches the surface of what's out there for you to find and experience with sailing. There's a whole new world of opportunity. So here we are, the time has come. Sailing is out now in Old School RuneScape. Go and sail the seas in the biggest update in Old School history.